Hi and welcome to the Writers Lounge podcast. I'm your host for the show, Steve Sommerfeld, and I have joined my buddy again, Clint Esposito from the Two Wheels to Freedom podcast. So if you've already seen this on YouTube, skip. You might as well. There's more stuff to listen to on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or, hey, even YouTube podcasts if that's where you're listening from. But this is all about quarter pipe. This is the third 3 out of 3 for the installments from 2025 X Games. It was always going to be a battle between Corey Creed and Colby Raha, but man, this was super tight this year with Guillem Navas, Jason Borosky. Yeah, it was awesome. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the wrap up from X Games 2025.
All right, so we don't have the full quarter pipe high air contest available yet because X Games they're like smoking weed or something. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, they're finished now. Like the last day is done. So everybody who's like on a tear, like doing all the video edits, they're like, nah, we're going home now.
Yeah.
We'll do it by Wednesday, maybe.
See if it came up yet.
Oh, you just giving it a quick refresh?
Quick refresh. Let's see if nope, metal runs. Nope, best whip is the first moto. BMX Dirt, which BMX Dirt was ridiculous.
Man, how nuts was that?
Holy smokes. Okay, so we just got top 3 here. Like I said, I think that, and I did a little top breakdown of the top 3 earlier, and I think it came down to who could be on the gas hardest and accelerate, like take off, like basically do the best hole shot. And keep their bike from wheeling and keep it revved up the most. And I think that that's where the times that I saw Bierman and you could hear his bike just wasn't wound out, like almost like he was starting in third or something, and it just would never catch up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Bierman's bike just he just wasn't getting power to the ground or something. It just didn't sound good.
And it's like, all these guys can ride. So at that point with your amount of running, that's really what it becomes. It becomes who can, it's like Step Up was, who can get out and on the gas the hardest and not wheelie, and control their takeoff. So
actually now this is a big thing. When it started and we saw the run-ups, whose decision do you think that was? Like, was that a deliberate decision for such a short run-up? Because year after year, they were going higher and higher pretty much. Did somebody say, this is getting too freaking crazy? Let's just shorten it up a little bit and see who can just handle the conditions better.
And last year, didn't they roll around the corner into the run-in? They weren't stopped. They weren't from a dead stop. They were like...
They kind of could roll,
They could turn through that corner and go.
Yeah. So I feel like this year they shortened the run-up, standing start. It was like they put a couple of small rules in place. But so this was third position. Corey Creed, I mean, we were both kind of betting on him for consistency to win.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, he just didn't get the drive like the next two guys did.
Well, let's listen to the back up.
This one is gonna. Creed's not one to settle for a bronze medal either.
See how it had that little bog?
Here we go.
Yeah. It had that little bog when he goes to take off. Now, if you listen to Guillem.
So that was
Guillem Navas with that 49-foot 10.
Oh, his bike sounded good the whole way.
I'll wait until he takes off again because it's right at the very beginning.
Yeah, his started.
And I wonder if it's, what is that, gas?
Pulling it out, trying to best Guillem Navas with that 49.
Took off.
Yeah, he was not giving that thing a split second to stop. Like, it was just, like, he
went whole shot.
Yeah.
Wide open, feed the clutch. And that's what Colby does too. If you listen to Colby's when he goes, he
trying to best.
See if it'll keep the sound on. he's like pinned before he even starts to let the clutch out.
With Corey Creed looking at the bronze right now. Colby Raha.
Oh. You can.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, as I was watching this, that one, look at the start of the run up again. It looked to me like he got a tiny bit of wheel spin. Like it just slid out a little
right here.
bit.
It starts
right
to go
there.
sideways. He must clutch it a tiny bit because you can hear when he takes off, it goes brrrr. Like it starts off good, and then he must tap the clutch just a little bit because it does start to walk on him and want to wheel.
Imagine trying to do like a whole shot race start and you're staring at an 18-foot steel wall.
With Corey Creed looking at the bronze right now. Colby Raha.
Just there. At that one point, I was like, man, he's lost it. He can't do it. And he somehow gathered it and then got another 2 feet above everyone. I'm like,
2 feet.
Yeah. Where the hell did that come from?
And again, he's on a Husky, so which is similar to the gas. Maybe their gearing happens to be good or something. You know, what is Creed riding? A Honda or is that a
Honda,
Yamaha?
I think he's Honda. I'm pretty sure he's Honda.
See, I think you need it. Yeah, it looks like it's hard to tell. It's all blacked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Honda has a nice mellow power delivery, and I want to say maybe the Husky and the gas are a little bit more like hit to them.
Yeah, maybe. Like I don't know. Maybe the clutch as well.
Wonder if anybody's got a Recluse or
Nice.
anything like that.
Nice old hydraulic clutches. Good way to go. Actually, one thing that they did say about Corey Creed's bike, he was running only 1 gear. Dropped 4 gears out of that gearbox, and he had 1 gear only. Yeah.
What is the less inertia spinning inside the motor? What would be
I
the...
guess less weight. He's probably they said something like he dropped. What did they say? He dropped 20 pounds off of the bike, so that's about 10 kilos, 8 kilos.
Try not to be a dick, but I think maybe he could have lost a couple of pounds on himself as well to help with that.
Actually, did you see the start of it? On YouTube or whatever it was on, and they had like the 2 of them, like Colby and Corey, side by side, and it was like what bikes they're riding, what bikes he's riding, the bike weight, and then the rider weight, and I was like, oh,
I didn't see the beginning.
Hurts.
Is he that much?
Yeah, I was
heavier
like,
than him?
that hurts, man. Like, I'd be in trouble if they put me up against anyone.
But that's crazy, right? If you're going to go through all that with your bike and everything and try to lighten it up.
So you're saying he needs to come in like a jockey or a boxer? Like you got to come in there like fighting weight.
Yeah. If you could shave off, I don't know what he can shave off, but let's just say, 10 pounds or something.
Yeah.
At one point, I stopped eating. There was a racer, I can't remember, Mitch Cook had come down from Canada. He's a Canadian national racer. Yeah. And he was staying with us, and I had just gotten back into going to the gym because after I turned freestyle, I was like, I don't need to go to the gym. So then I stopped. So I started to get heavy, and he was like, I see you going to the gym and this and that. If you want more energy and this and that and to lose some weight, you should cut out processed sugar. So he's like, read the ingredients, and any type of sugar needs to be ingredient 6 or further down in the ingredient list. And that means it's minute enough where it's not really going to affect you. And within like a month and a half, I lost 15 pounds. And let me tell you, my bike was so much faster just from 15 pounds. Really? Like coming out of corners and hitting, I was like, this is sick, dude. I've got so much. It was crazy how much that made. And that was just 15 pounds. So if you can do that with yourself, especially for something like this, where it's basically a dictated run-in, and the whole thing is being able to get off the line and up to speed, and the faster you can do that, the higher you're going to go, obviously. Yeah, I would think that body weight has to be a thought.
For sure. And like gravity, everything goes with weight, and how heavy something is going up is how much slower it is going up and how much faster it's going to come back down. So
you lose
yeah.
33 miles per second of vertical climb jumping. I asked somebody a long time ago, just for the heck of it, I was like,
Jesus.
if you were to set up I thought about, or I don't know how we got into this. I was like, if you had a quarter pipe, right? A 20-foot tall quarter pipe, and you hit the quarter pipe, would you go high enough to be able to pull a parachute and parachute back down? And the guy's like, he was like,
you lose so much speed per second.
He goes, how fast are you going? How tall is the ramp? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, okay, you lose 33 miles per hour for every second you travel vertically, this and that. And he said a couple other things. And for a brief second, I understood algebra. And then somebody else goes, so you mean to tell me blah, 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 blah. And then they got into this conversation and I was like, wait, what? I lost it. I don't understand algebra anymore. But for a split second,
for a brief second,
I understood. And it was all gone. But I was like,
equals 1. I don't know.
Yeah, so if you, obviously I would imagine, like let's say that works across the board, right? No matter what the weight is.
Yeah.
Then the faster you can get going by the time you hit the ramp is just going to dictate how high you're going to go, period.
That's it. Throw in some suspension and those little parts, but we know those guys are going to have as good a suspension as they can possibly get. Yeah.
And once you get a bike too fast, then it's hard to control it and keep the traction to the ground. So there's only so much you can do with power until it becomes unusable power. And now you're spinning on the way in. So then it kind of like even, is a detriment.
That's it. Like that one from Colby, the one that he actually won on was a microsecond away from being a detriment. Like when he started to slide, it was nearly too much, and I still don't know how he saved it and then won. Like I thought he just boner aired that one, and he just launched it, and I'm just like, I clearly don't understand how to ride a dirt bike because that dude just saved it, and not only saved it, he won. I was just looking. I just wanted to do the calculation into pounds, so I lost 33 pounds from my normal riding weight to the day that Rach and I got married. And I didn't feel that good losing that much weight. Like, so I'm normally around 90 to 95 kilos. I got down to 80, which is, hang on, 95 kilos is 210 pounds. And I got down to 176 pounds. And
like what I weigh.
And but I never felt that great. It was like my joints probably felt good because they weren't carrying so much
Did you
weight.
lose muscle?
Probably.
I think would be the.
It's not like I wasn't eating a lot of beef. I was smashing steaks. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I lost a lot of weight and it didn't really help me. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm going back to being the big boy and I'll be fine riding freestyle motocross. I'm not jumping as high as
Did you
as I need to be.
Were you like a muscler? Did you muscle the bike around a bit? I don't feel like.
Nah.
That's weird.
I'm too lazy to muscle anything around, man. I just go with it.
That's weird. Yeah, because I know little guys, I'm sure you do too, that are like, just get it. And they can still throw the thing around. You're like, what? You're like 87 pounds.
Jared McNeil.
Yeah.
Jared McNeil in that best whip. Like the dude's about 5 foot tall. Like there's nothing to him. And he can still throw it around. No, so I think for Corey Creed, I don't know. I guess he had all the right ingredients. It just didn't work on the day. And I wonder if it was him, the bike. I don't know. I'm not sure.
He needs
that would be a very interesting chat
with a little more of a hit if it is a Honda. Because like I said, I think the Hondas are kind of mellow. I think the Yamaha would have been the one because they seem to have the most power, especially stock.
Yeah. But then again, does that come as a detriment? Is it too much?
Then you start in third gear. lose a couple pounds,
true.
start in third gear on the Yamaha, just send it to the moon.
Jesus Christ, sounds like I'm having a chat with Remy Bizarre. Just eat less and do squats. Like, you'll get better. Far out. Yeah, but actually, what was cool out of that? Guillem Navas taken second. That was nearly my highlight for that competition. Watching little Navas Petit just launching, like he had the best starts out of anybody. I thought.
Yeah.
Just I don't know.
No, that
Like
was
he
awesome.
ran
He
out
did
of-
really good in both competitions. I did see when he got the second, I saw the original Spaniard at ET commented on his post.
did he?
So that's So I'm
yeah.
sure, man, he's such a legend, right? ET with the head whips. Remember Americans were so mad about the head whips?
Back in the day, yeah. So I think everyone was it was like just this Spanish thing. And he's still there, but most whips he does is no footed anyway. Like,
Yeah.
just he only has two hands on his bars, and that's it when ET whips.
We were talking earlier about body varials and how everything's slightly different, and it's like everything's named different. That's like Mike Jones, right? He had like 7 different styles of whip. The miracle whip, the this whip, the that whip, and you're like, they're only a little bit different.
I remember. Yeah, the miracle whip. I do remember that now. Far out. Yeah. There was always something different. Hey, actually, there was another thing about quarter pipe. Jason Borosky.
He was on it, dude.
That dude nearly was like, we only saw top 3 then, but
I think he got
was
4th.
So close.
I think
he was so close. He was looking real
Yeah.
good. Like, that was a hell of a wild card. That was one thing I actually just forgot. I just remembered now, but that dude could have been there.
Yeah, I think he was like a foot off of 3rd place, maybe less.
But think about that though. Like, he was only a foot off of Corey Creed, who's like one of the most consistent dudes in it. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Good from Borosky.
Yep, and he does.
He sent it.
Yeah, no, he's not afraid to send it. We had that conversation before the contest even started. And he has spent a lot of time out at Colby's place hitting that quarter pipe. When I was out there for Colby's Harley jump, he was hitting that thing a bunch. So, that's, I think, the biggest thing with especially something like that is just access to, the setup.
Yeah.
And a big set of balls.
Who got the top 3? Colby has a setup, Corey Creed has a setup, and Guillem Navas has a setup.
Yeah, you're not making it there without riding that.
No.
Pretty regularly.
You can't really just turn up. Like, McNiles did turn up and do it, but he was a long way off where the boys were, because like that's not his thing. Like, he doesn't jump it all day every day, but those boys do, and they're set up for it. So
that's right. Twitch needs to put a quarter pipe in his backyard, so that way he can produce more quarter pipe riders.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. No, man, that was awesome.
Yeah, glad we made it happen. You can go to sleep now, Steve.
Man, I am cooked. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm going to go to bed.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And any bench racing you want to do? Bench freestyle? Is that what we call it? Bench
There's plenty
jumping?
of bench freestyle in those Instagram comments we've had this last week. So I'd love to hear it.
Dude, people that don't do this stuff have the best ideas always.
I know.
You know how easy quarter pipe looked from my room, from my living room?
Yeah. I don't know why they're not clicking 4th, man.
Yeah, I would have been going 60 feet high from my couch, dude.
Yeah, easy.
Probably done a
awesome.
trick.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I guess we'll catch you later.
Later, everybody.